Everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well. Happy New Year everybody. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas as well. Literally can't believe how quickly last year went. All things considered, it was a pretty quick year, which I mean isn't the worst thing in a year like that. But yeah, trying to kind of get back into the swing of it. I think we're all at that point now of like trying to get back into a routine, which is harder now than ever. Yeah, it's mad how quickly you forget how to like work. Like I've just got out of such a routine of doing it in like 2 weeks. So yeah, back today, we're going to do some makeup and we're going to get back on with normal life, hopefully. So today I'm going to be doing something with a really dewy base because I posted a picture on my Instagram yesterday or something. And also my 2020 favourites video, a lot of people were saying, oh my god, how did you do your skin? So I'm going to do my skin exactly how I did it in that video and in the picture. And then eyes, we're not really sure what I'm going to do. I kind of want to do a coloured liner, but we will see. So I'm just going to zoom you in and get going on my skin. Just figured out how to make a chai latte and it's changed my life, to say the least. Cut my hair up because it's really winding me up today. I really need to wash it and it's just in my way. Got this little fringe thing going on, but it's fine. Okay, so I've already moisturised my skin using the Skin Food, obviously absolute favourite. A lot of these products actually were mentioned in my 2020 beauty favourites video. Anyone who wanted to see them in use, that's kind of going to be today a bit. I put the moisturiser on probably about half an hour ago, so it is starting to kind of sink into my skin. But this product is just amazing. There's so many things you can do with it. So what I will normally do at this point is just get quite a small amount. Warm it up between your fingers so it kind of melts down. And then I literally just apply it to the high points of my face. A little bit of extra shine in the areas that you want. And then obviously once you come to apply your base over this, you're going to get a really nice glowy finish. So then for the base makeup, I started off with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. This is one of my favourite things in the world. This is the colour Custard. Using a like soft fluffy brush, this is a Lottie London one. I'm just going to take a small amount of that and start working it underneath my eyes. Normally I use the brush to apply the first bit of coverage and then I just take my middle finger and pat it out really lightly. I'm going to run the excess on my finger over my eyelid as well just to brighten that up a little bit, but you can see literally just from that tiny bit it's just lifted my face up so much. My face just looks really tired at the moment. I'm not great with like sleeping anyway. I find it quite hard to sleep, but especially when I'm not like tiring myself out. I haven't been at work, I'm just finding it hard to actually sleep because I'm not tired. I really miss that feeling when you just want to go home and like get in bed and it just feels so nice, but I feel like the majority of my life is pretty much just like sitting at the moment, so I need to like wear myself out a bit more. So yeah, this concealer has been a bit of a godsend really. And then I just kind of run it a little bit around my nose. I feel like everyone kind of knows the areas on their face that they feel like they need a little bit of coverage. Spot here that I picked as well because I am that person. So yeah, just going to put a little bit over there. And yeah, just any other little people like to conceal after they do their foundation, which most of the time I will come back and sometimes add a little bit more coverage underneath my eyes once everything kind of comes together. You can see where you need it. But for me, I kind of prefer doing it before putting a foundation over. And if you do your foundation first, you're obviously putting foundation all underneath your eyes as well, over your eyelids, in a lot of places that you probably don't need that, and concealer. And whenever I do it, it just feels a lot heavier and a lot cakier underneath my eyes. I set my makeup that much. I think a lot of people get confused why I don't do that, but it doesn't go that cakey when you don't have like unnecessary layers on there, if that makes sense. It makes it a little bit easier when it comes to foundation because you've already brightened up the areas that you really wanted it to do the work with. That's kind of just brightened up underneath my eyes and covered any like little blemishy bits up. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This bottle is disgusting, I know, but you'll all be very happy to know that I have ordered another one, so it will not look like this next time, hopefully. Literally just apply a few kind of stripes of it across my face. The new one I've ordered, I actually ordered one of the new colours, so I'm interested to see what that's like. Charlotte Tilbury did actually add new shades to the Flawless Filter, which is good. I ordered one, I think it's slightly lighter than this, because I stopped fake tanning this year and I am probably going to get a little bit paler than this. I'm sort of hanging on to the last of my like summer tan at the moment, but it just kind of leaves me in like February and I look a bit transparent. So yeah, I've got a slightly lighter one, so interested to try some of the new colours. It's definitely one of my favourite products ever. It just makes your skin look amazing. We use it in a lot of different ways, which is nice. I think it's always good to have a product that you can get a couple of different uses out of. We use this as more of like a highlight on top of the makeup, which you definitely can. It's really, really, really dewy. But I know a lot of people who also use it as a foundation. Especially in summer, this just looks amazing on your skin. Actually, in my opinion, I think it does sort of set down, or I think at least when you start layering products on top of it, it does kind of stay put. Obviously, the more sheer and glowy you go with your base, of course, it's not going to last as long as like a matte, really set base is going to, but personally, it's the risk that I'm willing to take. You can see my skin just looks super glowy. It is obviously quite sheer. It's not really got a lot of coverage to it, which is why I use the concealer underneath it first. Now I'm going to conceal a little bit more underneath my eyes using the Fenty Beauty concealer. Where this NARS concealer isn't a liquid, it will sit underneath that product. When I've used this and then put the flawless filter over the top, it obviously still does look nice, but it can move it a little bit more just where it's more liquid, so I prefer to use this over the top, and obviously you're going to get a little bit of a brighter look using it over the top. So going to apply that to the centre of my face. I think the combination of these products are just amazing. Like that Fenty concealer looks the best that it ever looks with the Charlotte Tilbury foundation underneath it. They just work really, really nicely together. There we go, just a really nice simple base, super glowy, but still got a nice amount of coverage. So yeah, those products work really, really amazingly together. There's another product that I did talk about in my favourites video as well. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Infinity Powder. This is the powder that I use when I'm setting my makeup, which I'm going to do today just because this is a really, really dewy base. I kind of want to control it a tiny bit, like underneath my eyes. I want to make sure all the creases are out before you set it, because obviously otherwise you're just going to set the creases in place. So yeah, just pat them out, and then just really lightly, I just kind of pat along underneath the eye. I wouldn't kind of swipe it just because you can kind of move some of the product that you've just applied. So yeah, just patting really lightly. My under eyes and T-zone are all set, but you can see it hasn't actually changed the way that my skin looks at all, which is just amazing. So yeah, this is just the best if you like a really dewy skin but don't want it to kind of move. Yeah, absolutely love that product. Okay, so for bronzer, another Hourglass product. This is the Luminous Bronze Light, and this is beautiful colour. The thing that really bugs me about these two is, it's such like a pathetic thing, but this is the setting powder and this is the bronzer. Just whenever I pick these up, I feel like this would be the bronzer and this would be the setting powder, but they're the other way around. And I don't know, it just bothers me, but I should probably get over it. Take that bronzer on, I'm going to take like a fairly big sort of fluffy brush. This is a big Lottie London one. And I'm just going to kind of buff that over my cheeks. These are really pigmented, so a little bit does go a really long way. So I'm just going to kind of lightly pat that. And again, these have got the most beautiful glow in them. They're not like a shimmer. Some shimmery bronzers I've used in the past, you get that kind of like cast of colour and then the glitter. So say you take a picture like with the flash on or even in some light, see like the cast of the colour and then the glitter. It's a really weird, very weird look. Yeah, it's very weird. So these are lovely because it just kind of all fuses together. It's just a really nice glowy. It's crazy because they're both powder products, but they make your skin really luminous. So only for people who like the dewy look but have maybe oilier skin or are more worried about it coming off throughout the day, these are just beautiful because you can see they've made my skin look so glowy, and that's just with a powder. So yeah, quite good things for oily skin, I would say. For like oily skin but you want a really nice dewy look, these are actually all really good products for it, because I'm going to use another powder product but that adds a really nice glow. So the Fenty Beauty Girl Next Door Highlight Duo. I've spoken about this like a million times. This is my favourite thing in the world. So I use the one on this side, the kind of more peachy, glowy colour. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of build that up on my cheeks. This with the Hourglass bronzer is just the most beautiful thing in the world. I'm just going to run a little bit over my nose for that nice warm kind of wintry flushed look. So it just shows that using the right products, you definitely can do it for all skin types. I think a lot of people tend to be quite put off the really dewy kind of wet look skin because they just think there's no way that's going to last. Super glowy, love those products, they work so nicely together. I feel like I've really like got the combination of products like down now. I must have tried like hundreds of combinations and these are just the ones that I always end up going back to, so they're very much like tried and tested and I love them. For freckles, I've been using something a little bit different recently. The Kkw Beauty Lip Liners. I asked a while ago in my videos, like, do you really want me to use the Kardashian sort of makeup stuff? It's not really something I'm particularly interested in, and also I feel like it's a little bit pointless because we can't really get it in the UK without paying like crazy customs, even like the Kylie cosmetic stuff. So yeah, I just chose to kind of not really ever use them. They're not products that I kind of feel like I can't live without either, but I get sent the little lip liner set, and this is one of the like deeper brown ones, and I thought I don't want to completely waste them and not get any use out of them, so I've been using it for freckles. So any sort of brown, relatively soft lip liner would work really well. So yeah, I just kind of pat them over my nose and then just kind of blend them in. This sort of like soft brown pencil will work. But yeah, you can see it's just added a little bit of definition and a nice little sun-kissed look. I'm going to zoom you in and do my brows and my eyes. So for brows, I'm going to start off with the Refi Brow Sculpt, of course. It's pretty much all I've used actually for months. It's just amazing. So I'm just going to run that through my brows. I absolutely love the Refi stuff, but I know people like to kind of see variations of things and what other stuff you can use. I know the Refi stuff has been out of stock for a while as well. I'm pretty sure it is restocking this month though, I'm pretty sure. For today I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. This is just like a classic little wind up brow pen, super small. Oh, it's got a hair on it, that's gross. Really easy to just create nice thin hair strokes. And I'm just going to fill in the areas that I just want to create a little bit more definition. So I tend to create a couple of little hair strokes at the front just to give a little bit of a sort of bushy look, and then yeah, I just kind of fill in any sparse sort of areas. That's literally it. That's pretty much all I do to my brows. I don't really do a lot to them at all. They're already pretty bushy, you know, much to the dislike of every man in my YouTube comments. There we go. Brows are just kind of filled in, just a little bit more of like a polished version of my natural brows. To eyes now, I really don't know what I want to do. I think I just want to do some sort of coloured liner. I think picture that I posted, I had like a pink liner on, but I don't really feel like that today. I don't feel like a pink liner girl. So I'm going to use the Sample Beauty Prodigy palette. This is another one that was mentioned in my 2020 favourites. Such a beautiful palette. Whenever I want to do like a coloured liner or anything, this is always the palette that I go for. I'm kind of leaning towards this right now. I think that would be nice. Okay, it's called Appetite, but like not like appetite, so I guess that means something that I do not understand. Just taking a really small kind of flat domey brush, I'm just going to go into that beautiful green colour there, and I'm going to start creating a little sort of wing. Oh, look at that. This palette is just beautiful. It's so pigmented. So I really hope everyone is kind of feeling okay. At the moment, it's obviously like probably the hardest that a lot of people have felt in the pandemic so far. Definitely for me anyway. January is a really hard time anyway for a lot of reasons. And yeah, I always really struggle with January. I just find it very hard to kind of get into a routine, and it tends to be a time where work is quite busy, the weather isn't great, and it's just quite hard to sort of stay motivated at the best of times. So this is just like crazy hard. But yeah, definitely just having very like up and down days at the moment. I would have actually been going back to tattooing tomorrow, was the day that I kind of planned to go back after Christmas. But obviously I just have no idea when we're even going to be able to go back now. They're obviously just telling us absolutely nothing again. Like last time we were kind of left in the dark till very last minute, which is not ideal. Time off is like amazing under normal circumstances, and I feel like you know, I don't want to completely waste this time. But you know, I guess you've just got to do what kind of helps you get through it, really, haven't you? And, you know, if some days that is watching Bridgerton all day and crying, so be it, you know? As frustrating as it is, it just isn't over yet. Of course, everybody wishes we could go back to normal and we could all be seeing our friends and stuff, but that's just not the reality. And I just think we kind of owe it to the doctors and nurses who, you know, are working harder than you could ever imagine. Do you agree with wearing a mask or not? I just think it's kind of respect, isn't it? And it's just sort of saying like, I love you, I care about you, I don't want you to get ill, so whether I believe in it or not, I'm going to do this for you, if that makes sense. So yeah, kind of annoying seeing a lot of people being like, oh, it's not real, it's 4G. It's just for the sake of people who don't feel like that. You know, don't be a dick, maybe. Just trying to kind of think like this time next year, like we will have just had Christmas. Hopefully it would have been like an amazing Christmas. Everybody will be together, New Year, and just hopefully it will be like amazing. So, you know, straight and narrow, surely. That colour is just beautiful. That is much more what I was feeling today than the pink. Finally got some new eyelash curlers after everyone having to painfully watch me curl my lashes about 85 times for them to do anything. So yeah, I got some new tweezer ones and they're very good. So I'm just going to curl my lashes up. So I'm just going to pop some mascara on. So I'm going to start out with the Maybelline Big Colossal Shot, whatever that means, all over my lashes. And then I'm going to layer over that one with the MAC Dream Dimension mascara, just to kind of build them up. There we go. I think I'm going to put a little bit on my bottom lashes, just to bring it all together again. So I'm going to go back to that Maybelline one just because it's a little bit drier. I find it a bit easier to use, my bottom lashes. Just going to highlight on the inner corner and underneath my brow bone with the Melt Cosmetics Gold Ore Highlight. Liner like really complements the gold tones as well. They look really nice together. All I can hear is delivery drivers, but none of them are mine, which is rude. Okay, there we go. So eyes are all done. Very simple. Just a really nice little pop of colour. So I'm going to go onto my lips now and then we'll be all done. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Kkw Beauty Rose Nude Lip Liner. This was another one that I mentioned in my favourites video. This is just my favourite nude lip liner ever. So for lip colour, I'm going to use the Vive Modern Matte Lipstick. This is the colour Treasure. It's just a really nice sort of peachy nude. I think it's just going to complement the green really nicely. So I'm just going to apply that. That is a lovely colour. Oh yeah, also, while we're here, a very weird comment the other day on one of my videos saying, why is her mouth so wonky? And I thought, do you know what? It actually is. If you really want to know, here we are. So when I was very small, I fell off a sofa. I think it was like a chair, something like that, and smashed my face into a glass table. And gave myself this nice little scar where I had to get stitches. So yeah, sometimes my mouth does look slightly wonky. So thank you so much for pointing that out, you fucking bitch. It's character, and it's fine. That's like the perfect colour for this eye. I just think everything just looks gorgeous together. So I'm just going to set everything in place using the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut. It doesn't even say coconut, but it smells like coconut, so I'm going to tell you. Which I will warn you, it's got quite the squirt to it. Every time, it's so fierce. For what? Okay, so that is the finished look. I'm going to show you up super close just so you can see how all the skin looks together. That is the finished look for today's video. Thank you so much for watching this and thank you for being here. As always, all the products that I have mentioned will be linked in the description box down below. Anyone who's kind of back to work, I hope you're kind of feeling motivated and positive, and you know, hopefully this just isn't forever. So yeah, just got to keep thinking forward and stay positive for like the last slog of it, I guess. And if that fails, I'll just watch Notting Hill again. I hope you'll have a lovely rest of the week and I'll be back very soon. Love you.